The Warriors repeating as conference champs with 50% of the first place votes, followed by the Clippers, Suns, Mavs, and Nuggets. Tim, you see the Warriors come out of the West again?
No, I think the Clippers are clearly the best team in the West with everybody available and on the court. They spent all last season stockpiling players, stockpiling assets to be ready to go when Kawhi Leonard, who's on the screen now, and Paul George were healthy and ready to go at the start of the season. They had Norm Powell, they had Robert Covington, they bring back Nicholas Batum. This team can play any way you want to play. They have a championship-winning coach in Ty Lue, who, Bobby talked yesterday about having buy-in for this group. Ty Lue is with those Cavs team, which certainly had all sorts of big personalities to deal with and getting guys to buy into different roles. I think the Clippers have everything required to be a championship.
So this is the clip that probably people will save again, like it was in 2019 of them. Okay.
There's been other times.
I hope Draymond's not watching this because I'm all on the Clipper bandwagon also. I think they're going to win 60 games this year. I think they've got two of the best players in Paul George and Kawhi Leonard. Their depth is unmatched. I think it's, as you said, it's all about buy-in here. And there's, of course, the health component with this roster here. But we're in the offseason, so everything looks good on paper. And I like this team on paper right now.
The one guy we haven't mentioned, John Wall.
Yeah.
I love that addition for them and exactly what he can bring just to add a different dynamic. We've been waiting for the Clippers, it feels like, for a couple of years to finally arrive, and I said I wasn't going to get caught up in the hype again, but I'm with y'all.
Well, all these small guys on the court, John Wall pushing the pace, hitting guys for threes. Yeah, I'm with you. It's a really perfect fit.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, there was actually a team that did win 60 games last year. They got 0 votes to win the Western Conference.
Did you watch Game 7 of the conference semifinals? Did you see that? That's why I didn't.
Phoenix Suns? No, he's surprised?
No, I'm not. I mean, obviously the Suns have a very good team. They have everybody back. The DeAndre Ayton situation, at least for now, has been resolved with him still on the roster. But we saw Chris Paul fade as that series went along. And as Brian Winters pointed out yesterday on the show, they won 64 games because they had the greatest clutch season of all time and were really more of a 55-win team. So with Chris Paul a year older, with Jay Crowder a year older, with a bit of a questionable depth to me across that roster, they had everybody basically healthy all last year. The Suns are going to be really good, but I don't like them to get out of the West.
Yeah, my concern is really probably less with Phoenix, but the whole entire Western Conference. When I look at certainly teams like Denver with Jamal Murray and Michael Porter Jr., certainly the Clippers here. Phoenix, one of the best team or the best team as far as in clutch situations. Can they have a year or two of that here? And then a little bit of kind of a makeshift bench as far as kind of, former veterans when you look at Josh Okogie and they bring back Bismack Biyombo, Damian Lee here. And I'm waiting for the question is DeAndre Ayton. Right? Rental, or is he going to be here for the whole season? That's going to be the big question mark for me.
Well, if we're going to talk about dark horses, you can't forget about that young team that was giving the Warriors the business before they went out. Jamal, who do you like in the Western Conference?
They're not on the board up here, and that's what I'm looking at is Memphis. And I think that because the conference is better, you could see a scenario where the Grizzlies don't win as many games as they did last season.
Especially with Jaren Jackson Jr. out to start the year.
Yeah, and, they had a lot of things break right for them when John Morant and Dylan Brooks missed all that time, and they still played well. So I think we may see the Grizzlies drop from that second in the West, but now they've got some playoff experience. They've been through the ringer a little bit, and I still expect those guys to keep getting better as they play together. Let me see the Grizzlies in the playoffs. I think they have a chance to make some noise.
I'm glad you said it.